Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Daniel Ricciardo to Glory career. Last time off in Saudi Arabia, we managed to secure points with a P10 finish where we were fighting off the Williams cars of Ocon and Albon until Ocon spun on the end of lap 11 at turn 27, which meant that distracted Albon, and we were going flat. This was behind us as well, so this gave us a gap to just manage our tyres for the last two laps. But now we are going to head into the next Grand Prix, Daniel's home Grand Prix in Australia. Just to give you a heads up on R&D, we do have some R&D in progress from Fernando with some roll dampers and some spark plugs. In terms of progress, Mercedes are still on top. However, we have got ahead of Ferrari. It is though as well very tight between Merc, Red Bull and McLaren. So and in the Drivers' Championship we are fighting off. It's kind of like a six-way battle for the championship. I mean, we've got the Max, Daniel's old teammate Red Bull, Lando Norris, Daniel's old teammate McLaren, and then Oscar Piastri, who took Daniel Ricciardo's seat in McLaren. And then you've got Lewis Hamilton, level on points with his teammate George Russell. Merc are ahead of us in the Constructors. It is level between Red Bull and McLaren in the Constructors with 51 points each. Perez has only scored 11 for Red Bull, but yeah, so I think secret meeting, it is Williams who want to approach us. I am not tempted by Williams. I will not move to the Grove-based team. I have no interest in joining Williams.
The team are pleased that you've declined that meeting. Gold star, brownie points, etc., etc. I guess we'll see if anything else more exciting comes calling. But let's focus on our current seat for now.
Yep, let's focus on the Australian Grand Prix because Daniel needs a really good result here if he wants this championship.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but I'm afraid to say that some of them have failed quality control. We're going to need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
So we are going to redevelop that, of course. But I don't think we have enough R&D points for anything else. I don't think we're going to jump ahead of Red Bull with this one. We might definitely get very close. The goal is to try and pull away from Ferrari. But it's kind of like this Formula A and Formula B, the top five and then the bottom five. Because the gap between Williams and Ferrari is very big. But yeah, so let's head here. So here we are, the Albert Park circuit, Daniel's home race. Let's head into Daniel's home race for qualifying here in Melbourne at the Albert Park circuit.
And a warm welcome everybody. We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
So here we are for qualifying here in Melbourne. I feel like what we need is a really good lap time here. I think we should be trying to go for pole definitely because we're going to push Daniel really hard. It's his home race, so I think the best way to do that is going out, getting some laps done. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, let's head onto a flying. And now here we are at the end of my first lap. We set green sectors. Unfortunately not purple. We're gonna head to the line now And it is going to be only P9. We're behind Hulkenberg. And I can tell we're doing better on this second lap. I've been playing F1 25 quite a lot, and I've really adjusted to the handling model. So like, it's so much different. This feels just weirder. So, and I'm really pushing it. I'm trying to get temps in, even with a low battery, because I try to use a lot of battery during my lap, because I thought this was going to be the only lap, but I've decided to go again. I feel confident in the set.
1 lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
So I'm going to have to brake later in order to try and see if I can gain some temps into the car. But yeah, we're screwing up there, so... Even though we're up on the Della, I still just want to be safe, and... So I'll just get the car in the pits and then go out for another lap. And now we go to the line, it is going to be only P9. But yeah, so we're going to head back to the pits now. We'll have to do one more lap and then... I'm going to use my last set of softs, which means we're probably going to be doing a medium hard stint for the race.
Spend time repairing the damage to the car.
But I'm gonna we're gonna go out again, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, we've done a lap, and I couldn't seem to just get any temps, so I may as well just skip the end. And yeah, so we could only get
Goodbye for now,
P10 here.
Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
So we could only be able to get P10, but Fernando also struggled. I guess the car isn't really suited around here at the Australian Grand Prix. But we're going to do everything to try and do what we can. So we were 1 second off the pole time of Max. Not many big surprises, except for the fact that Alex Albon had a stinker of a qualifier. He's last on the grid, 2.4 seconds off. Esteban Ocon only 13th in the Williams. And then, I mean, not really. I mean, McLaren are second and third, and then Sainz only in P9. Yuki nearly beat us, and Valerie Bottas even nearly got in the top 10 in the Sauber. But anyway, let's head to the main Grand Prix for the Australian Grand Prix.
You can hear the Australian fans roaring as they line the track here in Albert Park. Welcome to Melbourne, and the roar from the crowd can only mean one thing. It's race day. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Bottas, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Joe, Gasly, Vesti, Théo Pourchaire, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me in the commentary box today, former racing driver herself, Naomi Schiff. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
Well, they're certainly in a great position. It's always great to just come off of a win. The momentum's there, the team are working well together, and so is the car. So what they've got to do is just keep building on that. Don't change a winning formula. Keep it simple and keep doing what you're doing.
So,
Right, mate, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but I want you to treat it like any other race. Let's not make any unnecessary risks, please.
so that's one Aussie out the way, because Oscar Piastri has a grid penalty. I think he might have changed like a component or something. I can't remember. He might have had engine failure at the Saudi GP or something. I can't remember. But that means we are lining up P9 for this one, inviting Yuki into the points. So, yep, I think we just go with that strategy and head on to formation lap. So let's go for formation lap.
Radio check. Okay, so everything looks good on the power unit cycles, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
But yeah, so lining up P9, signed in front of us. Ideally, we want to be our teammate Fernando. Try and even get on the podium, because we need to get something back into the title race. We need to get some podiums, wins.
No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good.
I mean, that win at Bahrain was exactly what we needed. But we need to continue that form here in Australia. I'll see you as we head to the grid. But yeah, so we're about to get onto the grid for me. And I'm about to line up on the grid.
Superb parking there.
Yep.
Mate. Let's make sure.
But let's go here for lights out here. 5 red lights here at the Australian Grand Prix. Go! Not that great of a start, but Sainz gets a better start than Alonso. Yuki does as well. It's 3 wide in the first corner. We do get ahead of Fernando. Fernando's had a bit of a shocker. We also get ahead of last year's winner Carlos. And now we will look to push towards George Russell. He squeezes us, but we're gonna go a bit late on the brakes. We unintentionally overtook Lando Norris as well, so we are now had a mega start with P4 here in Melbourne. And now we are joining here with Norris all over the back of us here. We try and block them off. Heading into the chicane here. So the clear lead here in Australia as we go wheel to wheel with Norris here. And we do get ahead of Lando Norris. So here, this is the order. Leclerc leads. First it's Leclerc, second Verstappen, Perez third, Ricciardo fourth, Norris fifth, Hamilton sixth, Russell seventh, Sainz eighth, Alonso ninth, Tsunoda 10th, Bottas 11th, Stroll 12th, Ocon 13th, Piastri 14th, Hulkenberg 15th, Gasly 16th, Vesky 17th, Zhou 18th, 19th Albon, and last is F2 champion Teo Pourchaire. So Leclerc leads out in front here against Max Verstappen. So this has been, so if Charles Leclerc can hold on the lead, then he will win here round 3 as we head through the twisty Albert Park the long straight here. Here to lap 3, where we are stuck behind Sergio Perez. We're right behind him. We've got the DRS. And are we going to try and get a move on him here? Yes, we are. With one of Daniel's late moves. And he's also hit Leclerc's gearbox. But I don't think there's going to be any damage. So I think we keep going as normal. But we put ourselves into the podium places after starting 9th on the grid. We are now chasing down Charles Leclerc for 2nd. But can we get Leclerc? Is the real question. I think we could get him because there's another DRS straight here. We'll be able to get Max soon enough because he'll be vulnerable without DRS. We're gonna get here and we're gonna pull out for the late break and move. Oh, very late, but we do make the move stick. And suddenly we are now chasing our former teammate at Red Bull, Max Verstappen. He leads the Aussie GB. Leclerc's now down to 3rd. So can we try and get him is the main question. Here we are getting close up to Max here. We're going to try and get him. We're going to go on board here. We're looking for a way around him. Oh, we're going to try and go around the outside. He leaves room around the outside, but it's very it's not much, but we do get ahead of Max. Max tries to say wheel, but in the end, he has to give up the position as we take the lead at our home Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo leads in Melbourne. And we're just trying to break the toe here from Verstappen. We're just gonna not let him pass because the DRS and the toe is very significant here in Melbourne, and I'm just trying not to give him the toe. We can't help the DRS, but we can help with the toe by taking different lines. So that's what I'm trying to do on the straight. Give a different line. If we can just hold on, then that will be good. Becoming the time for our in-lap, and here lap 7 of 15. The shock is Yuki is fit, but I don't think he's pit. It is time for our in-lap, so here we are. We're going to pit from the lead. Russell hasn't pit, Sainz hasn't pit, Sonoda hasn't pit. So we're pitting. Let's see what Verstappen can do. We haven't been released yet, but we do get out ahead of Max. And there'll be a gap. So we are ahead of Max in the pit stop phase. But can Sergio Perez interfere? Yes, he does. He actually gets ahead of Max. I think Perez hasn't pit though. So now we're going to have Perez right on us here. But we're going to have to get Perez to try and kind of help us out, hold up Max. But we know that Perez is going to be obedient here for Max. We're on new hards, he's on all mediums. But hold up a second, because I think Bottas is got a mechanical failure. He is DNFing from this one with a mechanical failure. So Bottas is out of this one here. But here Max is slowly gaining as Perez is going to try and get ahead. Wheelie braking, but that's going to give Verstappen a chance. Verstappen goes around the outside of Perez. What a good action we have here. We have nearly a 7-way battle. 4. It's like a DRS train from us to Hamilton. So it's a 7-way for the win in Australia. Hamilton and Russell are on the back foot. We'll try and break the DRS, but Max is going to get through. But we are going to go through, get the elbows out, and that brings Perez in the fight. And our nerve here. We are stayed ahead of Max. We managed to fend off the DRS by not giving him toe. Taking different lines compared to the faster race line. We're just trying not to give Max the toe. But here we are, lap 15, final lap. We are just trying to hold our nerve. As here we're going to go on board with the T-cam. we're doing really well to fend off Max. But we are still ahead. But we are going very slow because we have an issue with the fuel. We are very low on fuel. But yeah, we are going very slow. I don't know whether it's tyres, I think it's fuel. But we do stay ahead. Nearly contact there. Track limits there potentially. But are we going to come around the final corner to win here in Australia? Oh, contact between us and Verstappen. We're trying to bring the total line. Didn't really take that corner well. We're going to win the Australian GP here. Oh, are we? Max Verstappen ruins the party. And oh, I've gone on to an 86 rating here. But let's see. So yeah, next time out we do have the Japanese Grand Prix, but Ferrari have just overtaken us in the R&D. But yeah, so that pulls us closer to Max in the title fight. But disappointing not to get the win in Melbourne. We'd been utterly dominant until the line. That was too close, man. But yeah, so we should have won, but it's disappointing. But on to the next one in Japan. We keep going. But yeah, so round 4 next time out, it's Suzuka. I'll see you then. So for now, ciao.